Welcome to the Average Bourbon Expert. I'm Jay.
I'm Brian.
And we're going to review some whiskey tonight. So what we've got here is a bottle of new Riff Single Barrel. Just bought it off the shelf at the local Kroger. This is their normal release.
It's a aged 4 years. This particular bottle is 103.7 proof. So without further ado, let's taste some bourbon.
Sounds good. It's not bad for being something that's really easy to find. Real smooth, just kind of a light, sweet flavor overall.
Yeah.
Nothing
jumps out at you.
Exactly.
There's nothing good about it. There's nothing bad about it.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
No. This is a great off-the-shelf bottle.
Yep. Kind of comparable to like a Basil Hayden or something along those lines, where you're going to get something light. You're going to get something that you can just don't have to put it over ice, although I'm sure that if you put it over ice or put a little bit of water in it, it's going to dumb it down a little bit, kind of mute those notes, or maybe even bring something out, but just straight up, fine
Good.
by me.
Yeah, good for someone that's trying to get into bourbon.
For sure. So, I mean... and
something different to put on the shelf.
Exactly. There's no... something like this, I don't think you're going to get any sort of like alcohol shivers or anything on that.
No.
It's just real simple, easy drinker. All right. So as far as flavor profiles, what have you gotten out of this? I'm getting a lot of sweet.
A lot of sweet.
Almost like, not necessarily baking spices, but kind of like, it's...
Did you get a slight hint of rye?
Not much. So
Light.
Not really, because I don't like rye. So have fun with that, because we probably won't be doing a ton of rye on this channel.
I do like rye.
I'll struggle through them maybe. But it's more of, I don't know, like kind of like a clove. You kind of taste in there is what you should be kind of, I don't know, kind of looking at. It's almost like, you remember smoking clove cigarettes?
Unfortunately, yes, I do.
It's like that, but better.
It's like that for adults.
Yeah. Not as bad.
Sorry.
For you. Not as bad for you.
This is better for you.
Yes. So I get a lot of sweet. There's a whole
I got a lot of sweet. I can't put my finger on what sweet.
It's almost like what I'm getting is more of like a muted Blanton's, where you taste a little bit more of that corn forward. But it's a lot of light, not really a caramel, but almost.
A little bit of corn, a little bit of caramel.
A little bit.
Caramel.
But definitely more corn, a little bit. And even letting it rest, because we let these rest for a couple minutes before we started drinking them anyway. It feels like you really can't go wrong with it. But like you said, for somebody starting out, I think this is
a nice one to have on the shelf.
Exactly. Not anything that you're going to go out of your way for, especially if you're into collecting a lot of the harder to find bourbons, but you need to bring it to a cookout or something like that.
It's a good bottle to hide your rare bottles.
For sure. For sure. So what's your drink score? So for the drink score, it's out of 100. What would you give this?
Out of 100, I'm going to stand by what I said. Nothing to write home about, nothing bad about it. I'm going to give it 63.
About at a 57. So it's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I would give this to anybody. I would recommend this to anybody. But there's nothing, it doesn't have that wow factor. But not a bad thing at the end of the day. But it just doesn't have that, it doesn't have anything that really comes at you that makes you want to drink it like a Weller Full Proof does, or a Stag, or
There's not enough to it to put it on that tier.
Exactly, but it's not trying to be on those tier. That's why it's very easy to find, but it's a very good bottle.
Very good for the price point.
Absolutely. Anything else you want to add?
I think that sums this up.
Okay, well, we're going to finish our drinks, and thank you for watching, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
Ten years later, where are they now? Here's where they started.
Probably still driving a Mack truck and working in a parts department.
Yeah. It stings.
It's true.